Hi students, welcome to Social Paper 1 of Andhra Pradesh State Syllabus, Chapter 1, India Relief Features. This chapter is divided into 3 parts and welcome to the first part. Let us start with the heading itself, Relief Feature. What do you mean by relief feature? Yes, relief features are those physical features which are related to the landscape of those areas. For example, mountains, altitude, valleys, plateaus, islands, desert, delta, etc. In this picture also you can see the different relief features of an area. Now let us discuss about the location of India. India is located in the northern as well as eastern hemispheres. India is located in the northern hemisphere on the basis of latitudes, and on the basis of longitude India is located in the eastern hemisphere. Location of a place is determined with the help of latitudes, which are horizontal lines, and longitudes, which are vertical lines. India lies between 8 degree 4 minutes and 37 degree 6 minutes northern latitudes, and India lies between 68 degree 7 minutes and 97 degree 25 minutes eastern longitudes. Now let us have a clear idea about a hemisphere. Hemisphere means half of a sphere. Sphere means circle. A circle's half is known as hemisphere. Here the globe is divided into two spheres, that is one horizontal way and the other one is on the basis of vertical division. Horizontal division is based on latitudes. The globe is divided into two hemispheres. They are northern hemisphere. On the top that one is northern hemisphere, and the downside portion, south portion, that is known as the southern hemisphere. Now on the basis of longitudes, the sphere is divided into two, western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. On the left hand side we get a sphere when we divide the globe in vertically, that is known as western hemisphere, and on the right side we will have a sphere that is known as the eastern hemisphere. Now let us see India is located in which hemisphere. We have already learned that India is located in the eastern as well as the northern hemisphere. Here you can see it clearly on the basis of latitudes, that is the middlemost latitude is equator. On the basis of equator the globe is divided into two, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Here you can see this is the location of India, and so India is located in the northern hemisphere. On the basis of longitude, that is the middlemost longitude is prime meridian, and here you can see India is located on the right hand side of the prime meridian, so India is located in the eastern hemisphere. Here this map will give you a clear idea about the location of India. India lies between 8 degree 4 minutes and 37 degree 6 minutes northern latitudes, because India lies in the northern hemisphere. That is why India lies between two northern latitudes. And if you take the longitudes, India lies between 68 degree 7 minutes and 97 degree 25 minutes eastern longitudes. On the basis of longitudes, India lies in the eastern hemisphere. This map also gives a little more idea about the height of India and the width of India. The height of India is 3214 kilometers and the width is 2933 kilometers. Now let us have an idea about IST, that is Indian Standard Time. The middlemost longitude of India is considered as the Indian Standard Time, that is the 82.5 degree eastern longitude is taken as the standard meridian of India, and it passes near to Allahabad. This is Allahabad, and in Andhra Pradesh it passes near Kakinada. Now let us learn two full forms, that is IST and GMT. The full form of IST is Indian Standard Time and the full form of GMT is Greenwich Mean Time, that is the prime meridian. and IST passes through Allahabad and GMT passes through the main city London. Now let us have an idea about the location of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh lies between 12 degree 41 minutes and 22 degree northern latitudes and 77 degree and 84 degree 40 minutes eastern longitudes. The IST passes through Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh. The length of coastal area of Andhra Pradesh is 972 kilometers. These are some of the basic information about Andhra Pradesh. Now let us move to India, states and capitals. India is located in South Asia and is officially known as the Republic of India. It is governed by a parliamentary form of government. There are 28 states and 8 union territories in India as of March 2020. Each state and union territory of India has an administrative, legislative and judicial capital. Every state is ruled by a chief minister. Here we have covered the list of Indian states, union territories and their capital as follows. Here you can see the list of Indian states and union territories and their capitals. It is in the alphabetical order from Andhra Pradesh to West Bengal. Andhra Pradesh capital Amaravati, Arunachal Pradesh Itanagar, Assam Dispur, Bihar Patna, Chhattisgarh Naya Raipur, Goa Panaji, Gujarat Gandhinagar, Haryana Chandigarh, Himachal Pradesh Shimla, Jharkhand Ranchi, Karnataka Bengaluru, Kerala Thiruvananthapuram, Madhya Pradesh Bhopal, Maharashtra Mumbai, Manipur Imphal, Meghalaya Shillong, Mizoram Aizawl, Nagaland Kohima, Odisha Bhubaneswar, Punjab Chandigarh, Rajasthan Jaipur, Sikkim Gangtok, Tamil Nadu Chennai, Telangana Hyderabad, Tripura Agartala, Uttar Pradesh Lucknow, Uttarakhand Dehradun, West Bengal Kolkata. The union territories are Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Port Blair, Chandigarh, Chandigarh itself, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, Daman, Delhi, New Delhi, Lakshadweep, Kavaratti, Puducherry or Pondicherry, it is Pondicherry, Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar in summer, Jammu in winter, Ladakh, Leh. Here you can see the latest political map of India, and here you can see all the 28 states and 8 union territories and their capitals. Just go through this one and learn where to point the 28 states and 8 union territories as well as their capitals. Now let us move to the geological background of India. Now let us discuss about the tectonic plates formation. The earliest phase of tectonic evolution was marked by the cooling and solidification of the upper crust of Earth's surface in the Archean era and formed a supercontinent known as Pangaea approximately 335 million years ago. The Pangaea was surrounded by a global ocean called Pandalasa. Look at this picture. This supercontinent was known as Pangaea and there was only one ocean that was known as Pandalasa Ocean. Only one continent and one ocean. Here we discuss about the continental drift. About 200 million years ago, Pangaea broke into two new continents, Laurasia and Gondwana land. Laurasia was made of the present-day continents of North America, Europe and Asia. Gondwana land was made of the present-day continents of Antarctica, Australia and South America. At that time, Indian Peninsula was a part of Gondwana land. Here in this picture, it is very clear The first picture, it is Pangaea. Then it is divided into two continents, Laurasia and Gondwana. Then it divided into the present day continents, and in this picture it is very clear, and go through that. About 90 million years ago, the Indian plate began moving north at about 15 centimeter per year. About 50 to 55 million years ago, the plate collided with Asia after covering a distance of 2000 to 3000 kilometers, having moved faster than any other non-plate. In 2007, German geologists determined that the Indian plate was able to move so quickly because it is only half as thick as the other plates. The collision with the Eurasian plate along the modern border between India and Nepal formed the orogenic belt that created the Tibetan Plateau and the Himalayas. This continental drift picture will give you a clear idea about how the present shape of India was gained. Here you can see there was only one continent, that was Pangaea. Then it was divided into two continents, Laurasia and Gondwana. At that time, the downside portion, the India south portion was in the Gondwana land. Then again it started drifting away. That was known as the continental drift. Slowly it was moved, and finally India's southern part was collided with Asia, and there formed a youngest folded mountains called Himalayas. The geology of the Himalaya is a record of the most dramatic and visible creations of modern plate tectonic forces. The Himalayas were formed as a result of the collision between the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. As a result of this collision, the sedimentary rocks which were settled in the large-scale depression in the earth crust called Tethys were folded and formed the Himalayas. Here in this picture you can see the Indian plate moved towards the Eurasian plate and collided each other, and there was a folding because of this pressure, and thus the Himalayan mountain ranges were formed. Look at this picture, and this picture will give you a clear idea about the formation of Himalayas. The Himalayas were formed as a result of collision between Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. As a result of this collision, the sedimentary rocks which were settled in the large scale depression in the earth's crust called Tethys were folded and formed the Himalayas. Here you can see this is the Himalayas. Here you can see a graphical representation how the Himalayas were formed. The oceanic crust was subducted beneath the Asia until the continental crust collided. The collision of the Eurasian and Indian continent plates resulted in the lofty Himalayas. For example, if you take a paper and keep it on a table, and from left side and right side, if you apply pressure, definitely there will be folding on the paper. So the same way, this plate tectonics caused for the formation of Himalayas. From this chapter, you can expect a lot of mapping skills questions. There are two types of mapping questions are there. First one, map pointing questions, and number two, map reading questions. Map pointing means we have to point on a blank map. For example, locate India, locate Delhi, like that. Sometimes you will be asked to analyze the map and give answer. For example, name the 0° latitude. It's already given in this map. You have to locate. So this is the 0° latitude and it is called the equator. The answer will be here in this map itself. We have to find that one. In order to improve the skills in mapping, we have to learn from the basics. One of the basic idea of mapping skill is grid system. A grid is something which is in a pattern of straight lines that cross over each other forming squares. On maps, the grid is used to find the exact location of a particular thing or place. The latitudes and longitudes are commonly referred to as geographical coordinates as they provide systematic network of lines upon which the position of various surface features of the earth can be represented. With the help of these coordinates, location, distance and direction of various points can be easily determined. Another important concept that we have to learn is sphere and hemisphere. Sphere means a round solid figure just like the shape of a ball. Half of the sphere is known as hemisphere. The shape of the earth is considered as sphere, and on the basis of latitude we divide the earth into two equal halves. We got northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere then. Look at the picture. In the same way, on the basis of longitudes, the earth is divided into two equal halves. Then we get western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Now let us have an idea about the location of India. Here from this picture you can see that India is on the northern hemisphere on the basis of latitude, as India is on the top of equator. When we take the longitude, India is on the eastern hemisphere. Now let us see the exact location and grid of India. India lies in between 68 degrees 7 minutes and 97 degree 25 minutes eastern longitudes and 8 degree 4 minutes and 37 degree 6 minutes northern latitudes. That is the grid of India. India is exactly located in between these longitudes and latitudes. When we study about longitudes, it is very important to study about IST, that is the 82.5 degree eastern longitude, and it is the longitude that passes through the middle of India. The full form of IST is Indian Standard Time, as it is the base of Indian time. Now you may be asked to point IST or 82.5 degree eastern longitude, then draw a line through the middle of India vertically as shown in this picture. One of the important map pointing question from this area is that to locate which main city the IST passes. Then you have to point Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Next question that can be asked from this area is that through which city in AP it passes. Then you have to point Kakinada, and one of the important question that may come from this area is that which states of India IST passes through. Look at the map and you can see that it passes through 5 states. They are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. Now let us learn about the important latitude that passes through the middle of India. It is the Tropic of Cancer. The important map pointing question that can be asked from this area is that through which states of India the Tropic of Cancer passes. There are 8 states. If we start from the west side, Gujarat, it is followed by Rajasthan, then Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. So, Tropic of Cancer passes through these states. Now we are going to learn about one of the most important area of mapping skills is that of the political map of India. Being a citizen of India, we should have a little bit of knowledge about the political map of India, which is having 28 states and 8 union territories. Definitely you will get a question from this one. Let us learn about the states and union territories and their capitals in alphabetical order. The first state is Andhra Pradesh and its capital is Amaravati. The second state is Arunachal Pradesh with a capital Itanagar. And the third state is Assam and the capital is Dispur. The fourth state is Bihar and its capital is Patna. The fifth state is Chhattisgarh and its capital is Raipur. The sixth state is Goa and its capital is Panaji. The seventh state is Gujarat and its capital is Gandhinagar. The eighth state is Haryana and its capital is Chandigarh. Ninth state is Himachal Pradesh and its capital is Shimla. The 10th state is Jharkhand and its capital is Ranchi. The 11th state is Karnataka and its capital is Bangalore. Formerly it was known as Bangalore. The 12th state is Kerala and its capital is Trivandrum. It is popularly known as Thiruvananthapuram. The 13th state is Madhya Pradesh and its capital is Bhopal. The 14th state is Maharashtra and its capital is Mumbai. The 15th state is Manipur and its capital is Imphal. The 16th state is Meghalaya and its capital is Shillong. The 17th state is Mizoram and its capital is Aizawl. The 18th state is Nagaland and its capital is Kohima. The 19th state is Odisha and its capital is Bhubaneswar. The 20th state is Punjab and its capital is Chandigarh. The Punjab and Haryana are having the same capital, Chandigarh. The 21st state is Rajasthan and its capital is Jaipur. The 22nd state is Sikkim and its capital is Gangtok. The 23rd state is Tamil Nadu and its capital is Chennai. The 24th state is Telangana and its capital is Hyderabad. The 25th state is Tripura and its capital is Agartala. The 26th state is Uttar Pradesh and its capital is Lucknow. The 27th state is Uttarakhand and its capital is Dehradun. And the 28th state is West Bengal and its capital is Kolkata, and it is in the alphabetical order. Now let us move to the union territories. There are 8 union territories. The first one, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and its capital is Port Blair. The second one, Chandigarh, and its capital is Chandigarh itself. The third one, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. The capital is Daman. The fourth one, Delhi, and its capital is New Delhi. The fifth one, Lakshadweep, and its capital is Kavaratti. The sixth one, Puducherry, and its capital is Pondicherry. And the seventh one, Jammu and Kashmir, with a summer capital Srinagar and the winter capital Jammu. And the eighth union territory is Ladakh with the capital Leh. So you have to learn how to point out each and every state on a blank map, and also we have to learn about the each and every state's capitals also along with the union territories. So by heart this one to get more marks. We have already learned about the location of India. So from the first chapter, on the basis of the location of India, these are the important questions that may be asked. First one, the northernmost latitude in degrees, or which is the northernmost latitude in India? It is the 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitude. Second, the southernmost latitude in degrees, that is the 8 degree 4 minutes northern latitudes. Now you may have a doubt why the northern and southernmost latitudes are northern latitudes, because India lies in the northern hemisphere on the basis of latitudes. Now the easternmost longitude in degrees, that is 97 degree 25 minutes eastern longitude. Fourth question, the westernmost longitude in degrees, that is the 68 degree 7 minutes eastern longitude. because India lies in the eastern hemisphere on the basis of longitudes. Now, the Indian standard meridian, which is the Indian standard meridian, that is the 82.5 degree eastern longitude. This is the location. Now, near which main city the Indian standard meridian IST passes? So, it is passes near to the city of Allahabad. So, this is the Allahabad. Now, the state where sun rises at first. So, obviously, it is in the easternmost state of India, that is Arunachal Pradesh. Here you have to point Arunachal Pradesh. Then the state where sun rises at last, that is the westernmost state, Gujarat. Now, the prime latitude which passes through India. The main latitude that passes through the middle of the India is the Tropic of Cancer, that is the 23.5 degree northern latitude. Now, the westernmost point of India, that is in Gujarat, it is the Guhar Moti in near to the Rann of Kutch. The eastern boundary of India, that is Bay of Bengal. The western boundary of India, that is Arabian Sea. The northern boundary of India, that is Himalayas. The southern boundary of India, that is the Indian Ocean. The southernmost point of Indian mainland, that is Kanyakumari. The location is here. The southernmost point of India, that is in Andaman and Nicobar Island, and it is the Indira Point. The northernmost point of India, that is Indira Col in Ladakh. The location is here. The easternmost point of India is Kibitu in Arunachal Pradesh. It is located here. The easternmost state in India, that is Arunachal Pradesh. The westernmost state in India is Gujarat. This is the location of Gujarat. Now let us see what is the northernmost state in India, that is Himachal Pradesh. Because according to the latest political map of India, the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are considered as union territories. So now the northernmost state in India is Himachal Pradesh. The southernmost state in India, that is Tamil Nadu. Next, northernmost union territory, that is Ladakh. Next, southernmost union territory, that is Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Next, place in India situated on the three seas, that is the Kanyakumari. Next, neighboring country surrounded by Indian territory, that is Bangladesh here. Now, Tropic of Cancer passes through which state? We have already learned that one. Once again, we revise that: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. Next, the islands formed due to volcanic eruption, that is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Coral islands, or the islands that are originated with corals, that is Lakshadweep. Next, the nearest country of India in water, that is Sri Lanka. Map reading is also a part of mapping skills, and here we have a question for map reading, and the question will be like this: read the following map and answer the below questions. So one map will be given, questions will be given. You have to read the map, and that means you have to observe the map properly and find the answer for the given questions. So here the first question is: according to latitudes, India is situated in which hemisphere? So based on latitudes, the globe is divided into two hemispheres, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So we have to see India is on which hemisphere. See, this is the location of India. So India is on which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. So the answer is northern hemisphere. The second question: according to longitudes, India is situated in which hemisphere? If the globe is divided into two vertically, India will come on which hemisphere? So On the vertical division, there are two hemispheres are there, Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere. So look at the map. India is located in the Eastern Hemisphere. That is the answer. Now let us move to the second map reading question. Observe the given map here. And now let us move to the first question, which is the southernmost latitude of India. It is the 8 degree 4 minutes northern latitude. You can see it here. Next, which is the westernmost longitude of India. You can see this is the 68 degree 7 minutes eastern longitude. And the third question, which is the Indian Standard Meridian. That is the longitude passes through the middle of India. That is 82.5 degree eastern longitude. Hope you understood this session very well. Thank you for watching the video.